Hello, friends. If you're following these numerically, then this is a mere, well, however long that took since I finished the last sentence. You'll have to take my word for it. I mean, I could have gone at maypole dancing or anything in the interim, couldn't I? Could have built a working model of the Taj Mahal in my back garden. Anyway, where did we get to? The last line I said was, I'll recap a little bit. So, Jacob Murphy, aka Jacob Marley, it's this book here. If you're new, there you go. I can never work out which way it goes. So that way to me is straight, but in the viewfinder it goes the other way up, you see. So if I do that, which appears to be facing you, there, let's use that 30 seconds of your life purposefully, hasn't it? Jacob Murphy has, yeah, that's better, I can see you now. Put some trousers on. What do you think the internet's for? Jacob Murphy has visited Scrooge, told him that Scrooge is going to be visited by 3 ghosts. I mean, you know the story. In the course of this scene, I mean, you don't know this story, this takes it out of the left field around the bar. I think I used all my jaw muscles up on the last chapter. Around the ballpark and brings it back in on the underside. Where did I get to? What was I? Oh yeah, I was recapping, wasn't I? Yes, so... And Scrooge has just related how Jacob Marley / Murphy died. He was run over by Santa's sleigh on Christmas Eve. Goodness me, I will get one sentence right in a minute. And Scrooge is now relating how Jacob Murphy's wife died the very next day, i.e. Christmas morning. And where we are to at the moment is... halfway down page 60, if you've bought a copy and are reading it. And Santa has just been caught trying to break into Scrooge's office, having taken the business card. Been quicker to read you the whole chapter, wouldn't it? And surprised to find Mr. Scrooge sitting there working away at midnight on Christmas Eve. Well, that was when we started the chapter. It might be 12 now. Well then, this is not your night, Santa, because Mr. Murphy, who is the Veruca Lancer, is not in. Ain't that the truth? Said Santa. I know he is not, because he's in the undertaker's. Well, most of him. Somehow he got trapped under my sleigh, and somehow he got dragged halfway across London, and somehow he found his way into the digestive tract of Blitzen. And I thought I'd had a busy night. Well, Jacob always knew how to party. Well, the party is over now. All over the A32, in fact. I see, and you came here tonight assuming I would be working and that strangely the building would be occupied on the one night of the year you would think it would not be, to inform me of the demise of my dear partner and friend and apparently part-time reindeer fodder. Yes, let's go with that. That is very kind of you, Santa, in an imparting of mortifying news kind of way. Did Jacob have anything else upon his person? He didn't even have most of his person upon his person. But what is that I see written on the back of his card? What? I never noticed. Here it says, reminder, collect a ring 24th PM for Fan. His wife. So, Santa, tell me about this ring. I know nothing. Is that a ring-shaped box I see in your breast pocket there, Santa? Hush, my good man. Let us just take it out and have a look. Why, yes, it is a ring box. Why, I remember now. Jacob's last words to me yesterday afternoon were, I am off out to get you that ring I have been promising you, Ebenezer. Oh, the dear, dear man. So generous, so thoughtful, so masticable. This card says the ring is for Fan. Your name is Ebenezer. Oh, yeah, that was his pet name for me, because he was such a fan of mine. That does not sound plausible. Says a man who named his reindeer after a German cockwaver. And this is a... You need to go back to the previous chapter for that one there. And this, Scrooge, said Santa, is a lady's ring. Oh, I have very delicate fingers. Delicate? Your fingers are so gnarled and crooked they look like something the devil uses as an arse dildo for torturing any D for a priest that come his way. I really wish I'd put more commas in this book. I mean, what were they on? Have they just gone up in price or something, you know? Because normally you can buy the, you know, buy one, get one free kind of thing. There's always a good deal on commas going on. Question marks, oh man. I've been saving up for a question mark for the last 5 years. What? You say some hurtful things for a Sander, really? Is this how you go about your job? Little Jimmy opens his eyes on Christmas morn. Excitedly, he rushes to his stocking on the mantel. With joyous anticipation, he plunges his hand inside, only to find a note saying, Jimmy, I've left you fuck all because you're a bloody stuck-up specky who brown-noses his teacher. P.S. Your mother's got crabs off the milk. Love, Santa. Whoa. What? And now, thank you for tuning in, children. Good night and sleep tight. What? What? Ah, dear. Think of ex-wife's hemorrhoids. Think of ex-wife's hemorrhoids. Think of ex-wife's hemorrhoids. Not you. Sorry. Oh boy, this is going off track. Where do we get to? Right, so Scrooge continues. Why? By Christmas night, the Thames would be full of little Jimmies and Julies as they hurl themselves off Tower Bridge with shame and despair. So, some good comes of the day, I suppose. I tell you what, I'll just take this lovely little bauble. Oh, see how it fits, made for me. You just put it in your pocket and see how well it fits in my pocket. Verification of intended, page turning, intended ownership if ever I saw it. Now, I'm sure you have a busy night ahead, Santa. I know I do, so close the door on your way out. There's a good fellow. And any time you're passing, continue to do so. And now Scrooge goes back and finishes off to Jacob. And that was it for the night, Jacob. I went around to your house the next afternoon, and the neighbour told me that Fan had passed away in the night. Oh, I mourned and mourned and mourned for, well, minutes, really. Almost. I did not go to either of your funerals as I was busy that day. Doing what? Thinking up reasons not to go to your funerals. Anyway, just as well in your case, it would have been a wasted eulogy. Were you ever even in the grave before you started floating off, stopping only to dress up like a bondage party attendee gone wrong? Also, I was busily trying to sort both your affairs out. You'd gone first, so that meant Fan inherited everything. Then Fan followed suit. An hour or two later, which meant that it all came to me. So, as her sole heir, I did what I am sure she would have wanted and turned your house into a house for fallen women. Very charitable of me. And apt to and apt too, given that Fan had fallen to her doom out of the upstairs window. 11 more lines. Come on, we can do this. Think of the Dunkirk spirit. They were all reading this there. No, wrong voice. By house for fallen women, Scrooge, you mean knocking shop, don't you? What works of goodness the ladies choose to do therein interests me not, Jacob. Why not pop in on your way back to, well, wherever it is you've come from? What good will that do me? I'm a bloody ghost. Well, you could watch. Better you watch that than sit here watching me. Also, that halibut of yours, oh, that's a fish joke, fish fetish joke that stretches back 3 chapters. Also, that halibut of yours must be dying for a quick splash in the sink by now. I know I am. That's a line that goes back to my childhood, that is, folks, when my mother used to tell me off for peeing in the sink. But lots of people do it, Mummy. Yes, but I'm doing the washing up. No, I am. But I can hold it in until you go, I suppose. I just wish to leave. I was going to go all Amdram then. I threw myself off the edge of a cliff. I just wish to leave and regret a grain that I have. Oh, my goodness me. You can either have emotion or pronunciation, but apparently, folks, you can't have both. I spoil you sometimes, really, by giving you just one. I just wish to leave and regret again that I ever met you. Ebenezer Scrooge, you shameless marketing for the last 2 or 3 lines. I just wish to leave and regret again that I ever met you, Ebenezer Scrooge. Oh, what infamy you have brought upon me. And the news tonight about my beloved Fan. Could you do any more to hurt me? Well, I suppose there's still time. How long are you due to be dead for? Right, and then it goes into page 63, which begins up there. You go a little preview for you. I mean, it's still the same conversation. It's just got a little bit of a heading on there. So, a warning and a parting. Tune in for chapter, I've lost all count, maybe 11? I don't know. Tell you what, just watch video 11, and if it's the wrong one, I'll direct you in video 11 to which is the right one. You've been very kind with your time. Thank you so much.